There's something uncomfortable that needs to be said. Clearly, the name of Christ has been mocked more by those who claim to protect it than by those who openly reject it. And that's not an insult, it's an observation. Because mockery isn't always laughter. Sometimes it's distortion. Sometimes it's taking a living teaching and freezing it into an institution. Sometimes it's turning a revolutionary message into a control mechanism, or replacing transformation with obedience and calling it faith. Christ didn't come to be worshipped as a mascot. He came to be embodied. The Christ will return. And the tragedy is this: most people don't reject Christ. They reject the version of him they were shown. A version stripped of depth, stripped of inner demand. A version that asks for belief but not change, submission but not awareness, attendance but not transformation. And that's not Christ. When he spoke, he didn't flatter power. He didn't protect institutions. He didn't align himself with authority for safety. He spoke about inner integrity, about hypocrisy, about people who perform righteousness while being hollow inside. And that's where the mockery begins, because nothing mocks at teaching more than using it to excuse the opposite of what it taught. Christ spoke of love, and his name was used to justify cruelty. He spoke of humility, and his name was used to build hierarchies. He spoke of inner purity, and his name was used to police behavior instead of heal hearts. And he spoke of freedom, and his name was used to instill fear. Again, inversion. And inversion is always the loudest form of mockery. The cross was meant to be a symbol of voluntary sacrifice of ego, of dying to the false self. Not meant to be a weapon or a threat or a scoreboard of who's saved and who isn't. But when the church reduced Christ to a transaction, believe this, say this, submit here, fear that, it hollowed the message. It turned a living path into a checklist. And here's the hardest truth. You can quote Christ perfectly and live completely opposed to him. You can preach love while operating in fear, speak forgiveness while cultivating judgment. You can invoke his name while avoiding his example. Mockery dressed as reverence, not devotion. He never asked people to repeat his name endlessly. He asked them to follow. To forgive when it hurts. To speak truth when it costs. To see the divine in the least. To remove the beam from their own eye before judging the world. Those teachings are inconvenient. They don't scale well into institutions. They don't consolidate power. And they don't make people easy to manage. So they were softened, filtered, externalized. Salvation became something that happens to you, instead of something that happens through you. And the moment that happened, Christ became safe. And a safe Christ is a mocked Christ, because the real Christ was not safe. He challenged hypocrisy. He overturned tables. He called out religious leaders for performing holiness while neglecting justice, mercy, and truth. That part rarely gets preached, because it lands too close to home. So instead, Christ became a symbol you wear, not a standard you live. And that's the deepest mockery of all. Not insults, not satire, but domestication. Turning a fire into a decorative candle. Christ didn't come to start a religion. He came to awaken conscience. And conscience, to the systems built on fear, guilt, and compliance, doesn't work out so well. Many people today are walking away from churches, but still quietly searching for Christ. They don't want dogma, they want depth, truth. No more fear-based salvation. They don't want to be told they're broken beyond repair. They want to be reminded of what they're capable of becoming. And that longing, that hunger, it's a recognition. So when people say Christianity is dying, it's not accurate. institutional Christianity is being questioned. And that's not the same thing. Because Christ doesn't need defending, he needs living. He doesn't need more symbols, he needs more people willing to do the work he actually taught. Inner honesty, self-examination, compassion, truth without cruelty, strength without domination, and that's not easy, but it was never meant to be. And maybe, just maybe, the reason Christ keeps being mocked is because every generation eventually has to rescue him from the people who claim to own him. By actually living what he taught and letting the distortion fall apart on its own. Humanfluence, out.